We've all got demons, but I got a feeling yours and mine might get along. Oh, cause here in the darkness, I can see where your heart is, cause your love left the light on. If we put together all our broken pieces, make them fit until all that we see is what we are, because all that I need is you. Yeah, you. You're the miracle I've been wishing I would collide into. Ooh. Oh, for all of my life, been saving all of my time for you. Ooh, so you got time for me too. 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 Closing the curtains, so tell me you're certain this is what you're looking for. You got your hands on my body, and there might not be anything I'm wanting more. Oh, we can put together all our broken pieces, make them fit until all that we see is what we are, because all that I need is you. Yeah, you. You're the miracle I've been wishing I would collide into. Ooh. Oh, for all of my life, been saving all of my time for you. Ooh, so you got time for me too. 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 If we put together all our broken pieces, make them fit until all that we see is what we are, because all that I need is you. Yeah, you. You're the miracle I've been wishing I would collide into. Oh, for all of my life, been saving all of my time for you. So you got time for me too. Yeah. So you got time for me too. So you got time for me too. So you got time for me too. Yeah. So you got time for me too.
You think I'm an angel, honey, but I ain't that innocent. But I ain't that innocent.
And there we are. How you doing there, Mr. Roach?
Good evening.
Good evening to you. Yes,
I am well.
You're doing well. I needed someone when Klomp's away. I need someone to resemble Klomp as best as possibly human possibly can be. And here you are. You guys have the same barber, and you guys.
That's where we met. That's where we met. Actually,
screwed up tonight.
Yeah, a little known fact that Jamie Klomp and I met at the barbers. A lot of people don't know that, but that's where we met.
Discussing which grade of razor you were going to use.
Yeah, the sharpest one, obviously.
We've got a few hellos coming in tonight. Hola, everyone. At Billy Bishop chilling before their flight back home. I do believe Amanda and her beau, they saw what Klomp and his better half are seeing in Buffalo, the Motley Crue tour.
The stadium tour.
The stadium tour. Klomp's going to be moshing. I don't know if he'll be doing any videos from there, but look out. He does have, he'll be doing something down there.
Yeah,
I know they're going to hit African Lion Safari on the way back, so that's going to be a fun video. Guy Foisey says, good evening, everyone, and Mark, and he's referring to you. That's Jamie Roach, Guy, from the Downtown
Evening,
Timmins BIA.
Thanks for tuning in.
Got Eric Paquin saying hello to everyone. We've got Anne-Marie Phippen. Good evening, kins and guests. That's Mr. Roach. Jamie Roach is in the house
Nice to
tonight.
be
And we
back.
should say, Mr. Roach, we're giving away 2 passes to Imagine Cinema 6. And again, if you type it just like Eric did there, hashtag Cinema 6, you have a chance to get yourself in
Gotta be
exactly like
Gotta be
this.
exact.
Can't be the small C.
Nope.
It's got to be the capital big
Push
C.
the shift button.
Cinema 6. But big show tonight. You're filling in some big shoes tonight and Thursday. So we wanted to thank you for hopping on the show, Mr. Roach. I know you had a busy schedule tonight. You're in fact at a part of was it City Council tonight before hopping in here?
Deputation in front of City Council for the BIA, our yearly update to the city with how things have gone, and then our little wish list going forward, and a little blurb about Win This Space, which you might know something about.
Yeah, we're actually doing the show in this space.
Yeah.
You had a viable reason to leave. You're like, the guys who won Win This Space, I'm actually co-hosting in the space that they won for the guy who's down watching Motley Crue.
Very cool reason to leave City Council.
Very, very cool reason indeed. And here we go. We've got everybody wanting to win the movie passes. Hashtag Cinema 6. Joanne is in to win. And Louise Melanson Normando, she says, hello, everyone.
Evening, Louise.
So tonight we're going to be talking Northern Ontario Expo. It's hard to believe we're staring down something pretty spectacular. The second annual Timmins Mini-Con, and again, no other person on the planet to talk about this than the guy, the one spearheading it, Mr. Jason Dennis. So are we ready to bring Mr. Dennis into the show tonight?
Let's bring him in. Let's bring him in.
Let's bring him in. We're going to bring in Mr. Jason Dennis. Hang tight. And there he is. Welcome to the show. There he is. His mic's off there. Hi, Jason. Welcome to Kins and Klomp Live.
Good evening, guys. How are you?
Doing fabulous.
Excellent. Good to see you, Jason.
Yeah, same here. Thanks for having me on. It's greatly appreciated.
No problem. It's always a pleasure having you on. Again, seeing posts gearing up for the second annual. This is going to be a yearly thing. Of course, we're talking Timmins Con, Mini Con in September 24th and 25th. So, Jason, can you tell us a bit about that weekend? Not too many people are looking forward to things in September, but this is one of them.
Yeah, we're very thankful and humbled to be able to host it again for a second year. We hosted the first one at the Porcupine Donny Club. This is right before the pandemic, or actually when the restrictions kind of eased up, where we were able to not have to track, the amount of people in the building. So it was a little bit different. It was, it was a little rough. There was a lot of I's to dot, T's to cross. But now with things have improved greatly, with all the restrictions less restrictions, we're moving to a bigger venue this year. We're going to be upstairs at the McIntyre Ballroom. So it's going to be a bigger venue, and we're hoping for another great turnout.
Another good turnout. And again, looking for, when it comes to these big events, they don't happen without, as they say, there's no I in team, but there is, if there was an I in the word volunteer, it would be in volunteer, because without volunteers, this doesn't happen. And again, you're in the midst of a recruit for this.
Yeah, that's correct. We're always on the lookout for volunteers. With any non-for-profit organization, we have a board of directors, but these kind of events, they just take on such a toll, on the board. There's a lot of extra hours and spots to fill that we need that our board just simply can't do. So without the volunteers, I've always said the volunteers are our superheroes of our events. And without them, we just simply would not be able to, to host our events. So yeah, volunteers are a huge part of our success and our future moving forward.
And can they just get in touch with you, Jason, if somebody wants to step up and volunteer and help you out?
Absolutely. There's some information on our website. which is www.northernontarioexpo.com. There's actually a volunteer tab. They can click there, and all the information is in there. What we kind of require, what we ask of them, and all of our contact information is there too. So if someone was interested in becoming a volunteer, we'd be more than happy to discuss that with them.
Excellent. I just posted that in our link right now, right to your fan page, Northern Ontario Expo fan page link. Right there again. Get in touch with Jason Dennis. And again, your email as well, Jason, is all on there. If they want to volunteer, put up obviously vendors or comic, like what type of vendor booths would you be looking for if there is space? Is there still space for people to sign up a table?
Yeah, we still have some booths available. Booths are very limited because of the space that we have. It's not like our Timmins Con, which is in the curling rink, where we have a very sizable venue. This is a little more restrained size-wise. So we still have booths available. We always want to try and keep our vendors in the geek culture theme of the event. The superheroes, the comic books, the collectibles, that kind of stuff. But it doesn't mean that we wouldn't entertain other types of vendors. The only thing that we ask is at least 50%. Of their merchandise be at least geek oriented, themed that would, fits the style of event.
Well, that's it. You've got, the hashtag. Remember, we are the True North, strong and geek. Who came up with that saying? Was that you, Jason, or someone?
You know what? Many years ago, we used to work with Marnie Lapierre, who used to work for the city of Timmins, but now she's part of the Great Northern Roadshow coming this weekend. And she was the one who actually kind of come up with that slogan, and I really liked it, and we've just kept using it ever since.
So if someone's never been, Jason, what can they expect on the weekend if they're new to town or they just couldn't fit it into their schedule the last time? What can they expect if they head out in September?
Well, they can expect we always try and put on a fun, family-oriented event. There's always an area for the kids. We have like a kids zone where they can color, they can do Legos, they can do crafts and that kind of stuff. Then we have the vendors who are selling their products. We have artists who sell their artwork. We also have a lot of people walking around in cosplay. So you'll see Darth Vader, you'll see a Stormtrooper, you'll see Batman walking around. So there's always something. We always try and put the event towards whether you're 2 years old or you're 62 years old. There's always something that's going to make someone go, "Oh, well, that was kind of cool. I didn't expect to see that."
Absolutely amazing. And again, ticket price, you can't beat, when someone says nothing ever happens for inexpensive prices anywhere on the planet, you can't beat $5, the best ticket price in town. That's ages 3 and up. So unless you can, counterfeit a 2-year-old ID, $5 is what it's going to cost.
Yeah, no, we understand that, with the pandemic still affecting, quite a bit of people in regards to income, we wanted to make sure that we put the event on that everyone, would be able to attend and enjoy themselves, and, they wouldn't have to break the bank to kind of come up to the event. So we made a decision to put it at $5 for anyone 3 and up. I know when we have the Timmins Con, we have a little bit of a different price range, but for this one, we just said, you know what, we're going to keep it at $5. This way, everyone can come in for a very reasonable fare and enjoy the weekend.
Who are some of the vendors we can expect to see?
Right now, we've got about 14 vendors that are registered for September. The MiniCon always is a little more vendor oriented for more localized vendors. We do get a couple from out of town, but because of it being a mini con, a lot of our bigger vendors, financially, it does not make sense for them to travel 8, 10, 12 hours and load up, 2 trucks and, kind of thing. So for the mini con, the vendors are a little more, like I said, a little more closer to home. But we'll still have vendors that'll have, comic books and collectibles and artwork, and, there'll be something for everyone to see. So.
Again, all it takes is an email. I'm putting your email in the comment thread right now to volunteer. You just go right in there to jdennisnoe@gmail.com.
That's correct.
And how much is there a vendor fee? Like what's registration to become a vendor if you wanted to, add
Vendor
into-
fees this year, again, we've put it at a point where we want to make sure that even the vendors are able to not to break the bank again. So it's $80 for a vendor booth. That's an 8x10 booth. It's a table, 2 chairs, and you have the black skirting in the back of you, just like you do at the big con. So
$40 a day. And again, if you look at it, you're going to make probably 40. You're with all the traffic that's going to go through, September 24th and 25th. You're bound to make your money back probably in day one, probably within the first few hours.
Yeah, most likely. Yeah. At the mini-con, at the first one we did, the mini-con, we drew, it was just a little over between 1,500 to 2,000 people. And that was, when everyone was still very, careful and with the pandemic. So with the pandemic kind of hopefully in the rear view mirror and everyone's, starting to come out a little more, hopefully we can surpass that for our weekend in September.
Now, Ken, without revealing too much, is there, anything that, is on maybe the back burner that just might pop up that weekend? Can you go through without revealing too much?
We always try and bring a few surprises to any of our events. This event probably will be more cosplay oriented for our surprises. We have a couple of brand new cosplay suits that we've ordered that should be in the next couple of weeks. So we're actually going to be debuting them at the mini-con, which we're very excited about. I know the kids are really going to like them. But for the mini-con, the budget isn't as big as the large con, so it's hard for us to justify bringing in a celebrity or, I can't bring a car upstairs. It's kind of hard to do that. Yeah. So,
well, that's the new space, right? It says new location. You're trying. Obviously, you want it to be a striving, successful venue. And again, if you have too much space, as they say, maybe biting off more than you can chew, you're in a more feasible space. And it's hard to get the car or the Batmobile up that staircase.
Yeah, unless it's got 4-wheel drive, it's not making it up those steps. So
no. I got to ask you, with the proliferation of streaming services, and I mean, let's face it, geek culture is front and center. What are you looking most forward to as we move into the fall? Whether it's streaming, whether it's in the theaters, I got to ask you, what is Jason looking most forward to? Give me your top 5.
Well, you know what? I've been a lifelong Star Wars fan ever since I can remember. I think the first movie I actually saw was the original Star Wars movie, which was back in 77 or 79, I believe it was. And I remember, going to the theater and just bigger than life, kind of thing. So that's always attracted me. And now with Disney having their streaming service and releasing so much Star Wars content, along with Marvel as well too, they've got a lot of streaming content coming out. So those two really have my attention pretty much on a weekly basis, to be quite honest with you, and a monthly basis as well. So those are really the two things that I'm really has my attention moving forward.
And seeing, people just on the streets who go to other, cons, Comic Cons across the country, even some of the big guests that have been here, chatting about that they get more foot traffic through the Timmins mini cons and then do, let's say, a Vancouver mini con. And of course, you're quite the frequent flyer through a lot of the venues. Down in Toronto, the Toronto Fan Fair or the Toronto Comic Con's going to be happening, and do you take bits and pieces from these festivals and try to bring them back to Timmins?
Absolutely. That's actually how we first started. We were actually in contact with one of the organizers from Fan Expo in Toronto, and I kind of picked his brain a little bit, and he was very generous with his time and told us kind of the do's and don'ts, and make sure you do this right and don't do that. So he was very, very generous with his time and his information. And I think I've lost count how many times I've actually been to Fan Expo. It's been that many times. But every year we come back with a little piece we try and take their event and bring it to Timmins, but obviously on a much smaller scale. When they draw an excess of 100,000 people through their doors through 4 days. Well, obviously, we're not going to draw 100,000 people through 2 days. So we have to budget properly. But there's always great ideas that they have. They set up their displays different, or they set up their floor plan different. There's always something that we come back with. We went to Niagara Falls for the first time this year back in June, and we took a few of their ideas, and we're going to kind of mold it to fit what'll work for us come April for our big event. So we're excited for that. But yeah, that's a very, very important part, to see how other shows run their events and kind of take bits and pieces of what we think would work for us here in Timmins.
And Joanne says, is there any way or any chance to get Mark Hamlin involved with a Timmins Con? Obviously, she says Pikachu, LOL. Pikachu is already at the Timmins Mini Con. We're going to see. There's embarrassing footage from the last one of me dancing with, Pikachu.
How did we not open with that?
Right?
What did I miss?
That has been a race. They say everything's on the internet forever except for that little bit. That's we found a way to
how
erase
that wasn't the opening. How that wasn't the opening.
Wasn't the opening dance number? No.
I'm sure we can find that video again if we really wanted to.
I'm sure if we do some good old digging. Yeah, I'm pretty sure maybe Francine probably has that somewhere. So someone asking, Jamie Roach, where's Mr. Klump? Mr. Klump is in Buffalo going to the Motley Crue concert. So he's taking a couple days off to make that trip. So that's where we have Jamie Roach filling in the Klump shoes.
Interesting. We're talking cosplay, and Klump has gone to see Motley Crue, who were maybe doing cosplay before it was as mainstream as it is now. I take that however you want it, but
that's got to be one hell of a show, right? Motley Crue, Def Leppard, Poison.
Yep. Joan Jett and the Blackhearts.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Crazy enough. Well, we'll see what happens. Maybe it'll start Klump's hair growth going to that concert again, right? Seeing the old hair bands
Don't
again.
hold your breath. Don't hold your breath. That's wishful thinking. Wishful thinking, Mr. Kinsman. I wouldn't hold my breath on that. That ship has sailed for Mr. Klump.
Ship has sailed indeed. But yeah, he's having a fun time this week. So we're back having fun in the studios. You're actually in Klump's studio. You've moved everything around. When he comes back, everything has been touched by Jamie Roach.
I've never seen a guy with this much paper and no pen. I did as I was thinking that exact thought, that he probably took the pens because he thought possibly knew that I would steal the pens. So good call on his part. I probably would have left with all the pens. So.
But he is tuning in from Buffalo. So hi, Mr. Klump, who's probably making sure that I haven't blown up the place yet, or Jamie Roach yet. But
not yet, but it's early.
It's still early in the show. And again, Timmins Mini Con, again, September 24th and 25th. At the McIntyre Ballroom. Again, this is going to be a jam-packed one-stop shopping. I'm going to find this comment here. Melissa says, great time for some early Christmas shopping.
Absolutely.
It is. Melanie Lemieux says, can't wait for this event. You've got one of the hottest tickets in the North, Jason. You must feel very proud when, you see the event, to have a first year and a second year and hopefully a third, fourth, fifth, and so on. You need to have successful attendance through these. And again, you get some good representation up here.
Yeah, we now have the status of being the longest running Comic-Con in North Houston, Ontario. We're 10 years in. So we're very, very proud of that. It's a lot of hard work, a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. A lot of headaches, I'll be honest.
I bet you probably lost a few of those strands of hair, Jason, in these events, right?
My joke is, when I first started doing this, I had a full head of hair, and now, as you can see, there's a runway at the top there. So, but no, I without the people that's been associated with us, our board members, the Schumacher Lions Club, who were with me from the very beginning to help us get this off the ground. Without all those people and the Lions Club, we just simply would not be where we are today. And then the people of Timmins and the surrounding area, plus all of our friends who've traveled from the GTA and even from the United States to come to our show, without all of their support year after year, there just simply would be no Timmins Con. So without those people that I just mentioned, we just wouldn't be in existence. So we continually thank them probably too much because they're getting sick and tired of hearing it. But we will continue to thank them as much as we possibly can, because without them, we would be we'd be nothing.
You'd be dead in the water. And again, yes, strong sponsorship is always a vital role. And again, just seeing fan support. And again, for $5, you can't beat that. Tickets ages 3 and up, $5. Again, people always, kick their heels when September comes around, because we're, back into school, back into work. Summer holidays have come and gone, but gives us something to look forward to each and every year. And again, September 24th and 25th. I know we're still gonna see it that weekend. Someone's gonna say, "What happened? I didn't know this was going on." Well, this is where you go
Inevitably
now and put a big for those dates and say, we're going to the McIntyre Ballroom and we're going to check out the Northern Ontario Expo and the Timmins Mini Con, because Jason Dennis wants you to get there. If not, you meet them at the door, probably with Batman, and then they drag people up the staircase, right, Jay?
Yep, kicking and screaming.
You said 10 years. How did you decide 10 years ago that this was a good idea? This is what I want to do with my time. What was the thought? I got to know, what was the thought process there?
Okay, I'll give you the short version of the long story.
Okay.
When we first started, I was a member of the Schumacher Lions Club, and they were looking for ideas to increase their attendance for their sportsman show. So I brought the idea of a Comic-Con added upstairs in the ballroom. It took a lot of convincing, a couple of presentations, because a lot of the gentlemen were older and had no idea what a Comic-Con was, everything that was entitled to it, and how it worked and how it ran. And at that time, I was still going to a lot of the Toronto shows and that kind of stuff. So that's really basically how it started. And we did that for 4 years with the Lions Club. And it went from our first guest was Lou Ferrigno. We were upstairs in the ballroom. We had maybe 10 vendors at most. And we had maybe a couple of 100 people at the most that came through. And now we are 10 years later, and we're drawing close to 4,000 people a year. And we're taking the curling rink, the ballroom, the auditorium. And now we're actually at the point where we need to start looking at getting the arena as well too. So we're at the point now where we're actually ready to take over the complete building at the MAC. So we're very, very pleased after 10 years of growth, for sure.
And I'm pretty sure the McIntyre, the curling rink, the arena, they're probably ecstatic too when they can fill a venue that size, because the more you can pack in, the more money that comes in. And again, that's local money that you can use for future, Timmins Mini Cons.
Yep, that's correct. Yep. The bigger the show we can put on, the more attendance that we'll get, and that just helps us, for future years. Budgets are always very tight for us not-for-profits in town here. So the more support, the more sponsorship that we can get, the bigger and better shows we can put on for the city of Timmins and its people.
You mentioned volunteers. Are you actively recruiting board members, or is that set? You're solid there.
Right now, we've got 10 solid board members. We've considered maybe adding 1 or 2, but we don't want to get too big, because then it gets a little tedious when it comes to certain criterias, certain tasks. We do have people who are assigned certain tasks that they take care of, like a volunteer coordinator or a cosplay coordinator, that kind of stuff. So we already have a lot of people in those positions. But we're pretty much set for our board members, but we're always actively looking for volunteers. From the time that we start setting up on the Thursday to the time that we tear down on the Sunday, a student who requires 40 hours of volunteer for their 4 years of high school can easily get that with us in one weekend.
Wow. So there you go.
There's a lot of hours that go into it. And like I said, with 10 board members and the size of the venue, there's just not enough of us to put the event on. So that's why I can't stress how important it is that we rely on our volunteers.
Yeah, so what's the split on the board, Marvel versus DC? And does everyone put that aside for the good of the organization, or do you have internal strife and conflict because of that? I'm just curious.
Well, usually I have the final say on that. If they don't like it, that's too bad. No, I'm just joking. It's pretty split, to be honest with you. We have our board members, our board's almost like a 50-50 split when it comes to male to female. So a lot of the girls, they like their princesses, and they like their Star Wars characters, and they like the Marvel. Then you have the other ones who are more into the the Wonder Womans and the Batman. So it's kind of a split down the middle, I would say. But when it comes time to having something approved or something discussed or finalized, I'll usually put in my 2 cents, and if I want to push it Marvel or DC, that's usually the way we'll go.
Nice to know everyone can put their personal feelings aside for the good of the organization. That's always a positive for any board.
Oh yeah, no, we have a very open dialogue, and we've never had any strife or negative conversations, or even made fun of anyone for their preferences either way. So no, we have a lot of fun when we talk about that kind of stuff. So
I didn't even mention Star Trek versus Star Wars. I just went Marvel DC, but you can have more conflict there.
The Star Wars and Star Trek thing, I think it's probably like about like a 95% to 5% Star Wars. There isn't a lot of Trekkies on our board. Star Wars pretty much dominates that conversation. So.
Okay, so to fill any vacant positions, you'd want to maybe put out a call for some Trekkies, just a little more balance.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah.
So Klingons and all the geeks need to get in touch with you, Jason Dennis. And again, putting the link through our comment thread. If anybody wants to volunteer, if anybody wants to, add a booth in there, still plenty of time to fill the arena. Let's just keep filling it, because we're going to need 2 arenas, a few more years down the road again. The Timmins Minicon, always one of the biggest spectacles in the city. And where you're proof in the pudding, Jason, with everybody putting all their hats into the ring. And again, a lot of these people, including yourself, you've got regular day jobs, and you're still putting these amazing events on.
Yep, all of our board members have 9 to 5 jobs and families, and I ask a lot of them, but we have to make it a fun and enjoyable experience and environment for everyone, and we've been able to do that with our board members. Again, all of our board members are volunteer based. There's no one is getting paid to do this. So the fact that we've been able to secure 10 phenomenal board members, and even have some people who approached us and now they're on our boards, it pays tribute to the hard work that we've put in and the environment that we've established for people to actually reach out to us and say, hey, you're looking for board members. Hey, you need to handle this. Hey, I'm willing to do this. So it's really, really nice when it's been tough to build this environment because everyone's characters are different, and everyone's not the same. So it's been very difficult, but we've built a very, very positive environment, and all of our volunteers enjoy themselves. We make sure they're well taken care of when they attend our events. And that's very important to me personally, that they are well taken care of.
Now, I just got a message, Jason, on my personal messenger. Can't pop it up on the screen. They're asking if you come dressed for the Timmins Minicon on the 24th and 25th. Are there going to be is there going to be like contesting for best costume for people who do come dressed for the weekend?
We're definitely encouraging everyone to come dressed as their favorite superhero, as their favorite Star Trek, Star Wars, anime characters. As of right now, we do not have a cosplay contest plan for the Minicon. Like I said, it's just because of the size of it. But we strongly encourage everyone to come and cosplay. It just makes the event more enjoyable, and it's always funny when you see an older gentleman look at someone, walking around as Batman or as a minion or whatever the case may be. It just kind of, it makes the environment more pleasurable, enjoyable, and everyone can leave their troubles at the door for a couple of hours and just come in and enjoy themselves.
That's it. And it doesn't matter if there's 10 different Wonder Womans or Supermans or whatever comic, cosplay character, the merrier, because everybody, again, has different personalities and carries that character a little bit differently. And again, it'd be nice to see, everybody dressed up for that weekend. What are you going to be dressed up as, Jason? Do you have your costume picked out yet?
Well, we've got, like I said, we've got 3 new ones coming in. We've actually ordered them from New Mexico. So they're coming a very long way. So I will be in one of those. We're not going to divulge.
Don't give it away yet.
Let's just say that there was a movie released last week. It's a kids movie, and there was 3 fictional characters in it.
Okay.
And one runs really fast, one's really strong, and one can fly because he has 2 tails. So those 3 characters will be making their debut at Timmins Minicon.
I'm going to say, I'm just going to go ahead and just with your description, and it's coincidental that we're giving away 2 movie passes tonight to Cinema 6 this evening. I'm going to say you're going to be dressed as one of the Super Pets.
No.
All right.
No.
And strike 3. And speaking of Cinema 6, you need to spell it like this. It's got to be the capital C, capital CINEMA, just how it is there. How Joanne typed it. I think Paul Charette typed it with the small c in there. And again, the hashtag, the correct way, we'll get into someone in to win 2 passes for tonight.
Klomp and I are going to do rock, paper, scissors to see who goes as Lex Luthor and who goes as Professor Xavier. We couldn't come to an agreement. So we'll just, when he gets back, we'll just do rock, paper, scissors and settle it.
All right. Yeah. Rock, paper, scissors. And, you guys can just go dressed as you guys can go, in tandem.
Yeah.
That weekend.
Low effort costumes.
Yeah. Well, knowing Jamie, he'll probably be Professor X because he'll be able to sit in the wheelchair and roll himself around. So.
Yes, he doesn't. Yeah. What he'll do is want me to push him. That's.
Oh, there you go.
That's
there you go. Okay.
In there.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's see how that story's going to end.
Well, excellent, Jason. Pleasure having you on tonight's show. Timmins Minicon. Anything else that you want to add before we let you go tonight? Obviously, without stating the obvious, mark it off on the calendar. Show up in your cosplay, and again, best tagline ever. Remember, we are True North, strong and geek. One of the best taglines out there.
Hopefully we can count on everyone's support, and we're really looking forward to the weekend. It's going to be a lot of fun.
All right. Take care, Jay. And again, go through the comments watching. If you want to volunteer, all the info's there to go to the Northern Ontario Expo fan page. And, of course, you email the guy in the bottom square here, Hollywood Squares, to that man, Jason Dennis. He's looking for the volunteer hours. And, again, for students, it's a no-brainer. Again, you said you can wipe off your entire volunteer slate in one weekend.
Yeah, opportunities have been few and far between. So, this is a huge opportunity.
Yeah, for the Minicon, we can get them their hours, but most certainly, if they want to rack up their hours, the Timmins Con in April is definitely the place to rack up their hours for sure.
Excellent stuff, Jay. Well, if anybody needs to get in touch with you, just go and follow Jay, email him, and let's mark those 2 dates off. September 24th. We don't want to have that week come up and say, oh, geez, I didn't know this was happening. Well, we know what's happening. September 24th, 25th. We're going to make it the biggest event because we want to continue having the Timmins Minicons continue into year 3, 4, 5, 6, and those the bigger milestones.
Absolutely.
All right. Take care, Jay. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Jay.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. And just like that, Jason Dennis is gone, and you're back. There you are, Jamie Roach on the right. Again, filling in for Mr. Klomp tonight, and I just saw a message, a comment from his other half, fiance, and they're now expecting Terry Langley tuning in.
Yes, to my left here, to my left here, I can see the the photograph, as it were. So yes,
Very,
congratulations.
very exciting stuff.
Yeah.
A new clump in town. As we were joking, we need people to staff. After winning this space, we need people to fill this space in years to come. So he's already put a new recruit.
Well, I mean, if you've heard it
a
once,
room,
you've heard
so
it
to
a
speak,
thousand
right?
times. The community needed another clump. I mean, it's just, you can't go
And a
anywhere
female
that you
clump
don't
at
hear
that.
that. It's just common
right.
theme throughout our community. Absolutely. So
It's going to
Yeah.
be exciting. And again, the baby clump due in December-ish. Might be a Christmas baby. Same thing happened with my oldest, Ethan. He was pegged around the end, in around Christmas, end of December, but ended up coming out January 10th. So
mine are April, back to back, 16th, 17th, 2 years, less a day apart. I haven't had anything that organized since then.
No. And my little guy, my littlest guy has a birthday 2 days prior to mine. My birthday
Nice.
for the rest of time is now forgotten. It's always celebrating Caden's now, and now, I kind of blend in with his birthday now.
We all have our crosses to bear, Mr. Kinsman. It's unfortunate. Yours will circle back at a later time.
Right. And I'm just going through here. We have some locals that we wanted to pass along. Welcome to Timmins Night. This is a great night, Mr. Roach.
Absolutely.
Kids Timmins office is open today, in fact, August 9th. They're open for their fall applications, so register before September 18th, as they're closed again for the 2022 applications on that date. And again, you can go to sportsforkidstimmins.com for more information and chat with Colleen Landers. You're familiar with Colleen.
I am familiar with yes. I crossed paths with Colleen many, many times over many, many years. Her office at the Sportsplex was down the hall from our office, Timmins Minor Hockey, for many, many years. So we bumped into each other in the halls at the bowels of the Sportsplex for many years.
The bowels of the Sportsplex.
Yeah,
Love it.
Colleen does amazing work. Fantastic person. Yeah, and a
She
great
sure does.
organization.
And again, you phone that number right now. I guarantee Colleen will answer. You don't get any robots. You don't get any, people out, on a deserted island answering phone calls.
Absolutely not.
It's her in the flesh. And again, that's why they do such an amazing job. And again, they're going to be at Welcome to Timmins Sports Night, August the 29th. And again, we're a part of that night, so we're going to be interviewing all sorts of the many sports. And a lot of people don't realize that there's, aside from your hockeys and your ringettes, which are all going to be there, but there's other sports like martial arts and
lots of martial arts in the community. Yeah, there's so much to do. You do sometimes have to put in effort. These things can be a challenge at times to seek out, for sure. But the Sports Night in Timmins is a great place to start. And if you're not sure what event you want to be a part of, might be a great place to go and talk to the organizers and see if it's a good fit for you or your young one.
And get a hands-on look at what the sport is, or if you've never held a ringette stick before, see what it feels like, and again get the knowledge. You're going to have all the top pros there. Another big guy that we love in this city, Rock Wiesel, and the Mountjoy Farmers Market. They're looking for vendors or buskers, I should say.
Buskers now, yep.
Yeah. So he's looking for some entertainers. They've had some great ads every week. There's been animals in there. Always something fun and exciting for the kids. And again, Mountjoy Farmers Market .timmins@gmail.com. Contact Rock. If you can play the spoons, an instrument, light something on fire safely and
safely. Yep.
Right?
And the new location is not hard to find.
No, you know what?
No.
That new location, thanks to that was Barry Petrovsky.
Yeah.
Who
Fantastic.
provided that space.
Yeah, no, they needed a permanent location, and you can't say you knew where the old one was and you couldn't find the new one. It's pretty easy to find, and home for many years to come. That's fantastic.
That's right. And talking to Rock this past Saturday, they're batting 400, 500, 600 plus people deep every single week. Talking to vendors, saying this is the busiest I've had people walk through. A part of the farmers market. So again, I think the visibility when you're coming in from either side of the bridge, you see, the sea of tents And again, eventually there's going to be a pavilion built there. Rock saying they're going to start construction when this season wraps up for October.
And a great mix, something for everybody. So, farm fresh or butter tarts if you're so inclined. Get there early. The butter tarts go fast.
Yeah, Vicky Demura, she was down
Yes.
there this past Saturday, and people still ask her for the recipe, and she's like, "No, sworn to secrecy." How about our Timmins Rock? They're looking for billets, Mr. Roach. The upcoming season, if you'd like to become a billet, Timmins Rock players, or have any questions, you're asked to direct your message to their team Facebook page and through the website at timminsrock.com. Have you ever been a billet before? I know you've had a tie with organized hockey before.
I have never been a billet. So not 100% true. As a young person, when the Mike Smiling M tournament was on, we billeted back in the day, the Mike Smiling M tournament. Out of town kids who didn't come with their parents were billeted by other minor hockey families. So I had billets from the Coppercliff Redmen at my home when I was also playing in the tournament. So other tthan that, no, never been a billet. And probably
they do get compensated too.
Yes, they do.
If you've got the space, here's the situation. It could be parents' kids are off to school during the hockey season. Why not take a Timmins Rock player and better their hockey career, and you can fill the room with a lot of love and hockey, especially if you're a hockey fan. You get tickets to the entire season, which is coming up very soon, by the way.
Very soon, yeah. Great way. The ice is in, so yeah, great way to give back to your community and get a little something back yourself. Absolutely, think about it if you've got the space and the time and you love, even if you don't love hockey. What the heck? Give back to your community.
So anyway, again, it's a fun night out. The 50-50 tickets with talking to the players over the years. Being the PA announcer for the Timmins Rock, when you talk to the Powasans and the Chelmsfords, the Rayside Balfour Canadians, the players, they say, "Wow, you guys have probably the best fan base." Next to the Hearst Lumberjacks, top 1-2 in the league. The players can't wait to play and lace it up for hockey at the McIntyre.
Oh no, it's an event. It's not just 3 periods of hockey. No, the Timmins Rock put on a great show, and you're a part of that. And no, it's an event. It's an evening event.
Yeah, it sure is. And again, the McIntyre catering. I know Joanne, the Joannes of the world love seeing people lining up for their pretzels. Again, it's a big money maker. And talking to President Ted Gooch many moons ago, it's not cheap to own a junior A hockey club. Probably with the price of gas, probably even more than that. The last time I talked to Ted, he said about $250,000 to run a hockey team. So you can just imagine gas prices right now. Those buses are probably about $2,000-$3,000 a fill up. It's pretty pricey right now.
Very expensive. And you know what? Winter's coming. It's going to be snowy. It's going to be cold. Make it go by faster. Head on out to the MAC a few times a year.
That's right. And again, timminsrock.com. You can get in touch with Mr. Gooch, Ted Gooch, the president, and get yourself lined up. Well, Jamie, before we wrap things up tonight, we're going to thank our amazing sponsors. And there's still a chance to get in with this hashtag Cinema6. Let me just go back there because Paul Charette, hopefully you changed your... We need to go back to Paul here. Paul Charette had the small C, but here's how you put it in just like this, and you have a chance to win 2 tickets to Imagine Cinemas. You get to go see Colin and his crew, and get to see our new movie trailer, which we've put into the mix. Have you been to the movies in a while?
I have not seen the trailer yet, but I've heard nothing but good things about it.
And you know what the funny part is, Colin, we added Colin and his family in with this trailer. He's out there obviously managing Cinema 6. He gets kids coming up to him in the middle of the concession line saying, "Hey, you're the guy that's on you were just on the screen." It entices them to, he's been signing autographs. He's got the fame happening over there right now.
I go to the movies to get away from Klomp, and there he is.
Right there on the big screen. Well, let's thank our sponsors, Mr. Roach. We're going to go through the amazing the logos that you see on our screen, because without, you heard it from the Jason Dennises of the world, without sponsors, the Northern Ontario Expos don't happen. And of course, Kins and Klomp Live don't happen without these amazing logos that are on our screens. We like to acknowledge each and every one of them at the end of the show. So here we go. And then we're going to be drawing for those 2 movie passes. So hang tight. And there we go. Jamie, I'm going to keep your mic on here. This is Mr. Don Marcoux at the Mini Putt and Batting Cages. And we were having a chat before this show. You said you haven't played mini golf in what? A dog's age? What's a dog's age?
It's got to be 6 or 7 years, probably when the nieces were up from Southern Ontario. We went out and I probably lost to everyone. But it was a good time. It was a good time.
Always a good time. And again, I ran into someone who said, I never knew that part of, Hollinger Park existed. Yep. So yeah, you got to drive all the way to the back of the parking lot. He always has that green inflatable flailing its arms. And again, you can't miss it. And you don't want to miss our sign. When you do go, Mr. Roach, stop in front of hole 7 and 8. You're going to see that sign that Don's parked in front of, and put the hashtag Mini Putt Fun. And this week, I'm going to be going to the Mini Putt and Batting Cages this week. And I'm going to be signing people up free for our Tournament of Fun, which is actually happening this Saturday from 1 to 4. We're going to be playing some mini golf. It's $10 to get in. Of course, if you win a free ticket, it's not going to cost you anything. But you get the mini golf, you get some hot dogs, and some amazing prizes. And how about these amazing people? I love Lucian Transportation. We're also visiting Lucian between now and the end of the month. We've got another video up our sleeves, and we're going to get people to the front of the bus. And again, you can see that gentleman enjoying his time with Lucian because he's probably going, hey, I just got a $2,000 sign-on bonus. You can drive for Lucian Transportation. 705-360 4090 is the number. And Dare Timmins, this just popped up today on our Facebook feeds and across social media. Family Day at Hollinger Park. And again, we're going to be hanging out with Dare Timmins, giving the kids, a chance to do something fun for free. And
more
again,
free fun.
Right? Yeah.
You
see people say nothing ever happens for $0. Well, this is going to be it. And again, August the 19th, mark it off 1 to 4. It's going to be a rock wall, laser tag, inflatable maze. They've got the rope challenge there. Big shout out to Nadia and Climbing Fun. She's bringing the bouncies and a whole lot more. We're going to see you on the bouncies. Just Nadia says, just don't wear golf cleats and you're okay.
Good advice.
In Plant-Based Marche, these ladies, always the rock stars of our 3rd Avenue in downtown. They are the ones behind the dream team. Roxy and Sophie and her crew in Plant-Based Marche, they were dishing off these amazing pizzas. Their Pizza Oven Patio, which is open Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. And of course, they've got a slew of everything on the menu, all in plant-based. Yep. They were even serving up the plant-based eaters of the Our Lady Peace band members. Chevelle were in there, and all the artists. When they said, we chatted with members of the Our Lady Peace. They said we've never been to a city where we had 100% everything plant based in one shop.
Amazing.
Have you been in there?
I have, and they have an amazing patio in the downtown core.
Isn't it great? It gives you that Toronto feel. It
really does. Little bistro feel to it. Amazing patio. These ladies are first class with just an amazing business in our downtown core.
Yeah, amazing. And again, you can find them at 175 3rd Avenue in Timmins, and go get yourself something amazing. Again, they get giant peanut butter cups, and their epic chicken fried rice is the best. So go try that one out. And a big thanks to the Downtown Timmins BIA. This is where you get to toot your own horn, Mr. Roach. You're team. You're a part of these amazing team members who put together our urban parks. And this week, it's I don't know how you cram so much fun into a Wednesday, but you've done it. Music Week is 10 a.m. to 2 tomorrow. And again, that's along 3rd Avenue between Pine and Balsam. And then Downtown Timmins has talent also tomorrow between 1 and 2. Yeah, what do you have to say about this amazing team that you work with?
The bounce back We're sort of calling this phase of the pandemic recovery, and the team at the downtown BIA is full on 120% in recovery mode. They are full of ideas. They have worked their tails off to make this summer a summer to be downtown for those events. They are fantastic, real hardworking group. Cindy and her team are first class. Their sleeves are always rolled up because they're always working.
Always working. And again, I was just commenting on this before the show. I said, I've never seen the Urban Park ambassadors. First of all, there's 5 of them. I'm gonna test my knowledge here. There's Emma, there's Bella, there's Jada, Lauren, and Allison. Those 5 ladies, not only putting together part of the tear up, the tear down. I saw them down here on 3rd just the other day. They were clipping grass in between some of the concrete, the cobblestone to make the downtown core that much neater. And again, they go above and beyond probably that, the call of duty for being an Urban Park ambassador.
Absolutely, they do. It's not just another summer job to these ladies. They are fully invested in what they do. And full credit to Cindy and Stacy and the whole team at the BIA.
And again, not only, you think, what can you do, after a busy Wednesday? Of course, the Urban Park Farmers Market, where if you need your veggies in downtown, that happens on Thursdays along 3rd Avenue as well. And again, that's rain or shine. Again, we've got beautiful weather this week for all of the activities. And how about Trudy Prue and her crew? Big shout out to Jackpot City Timmins. Open 9 a.m. till 2. They've got the Progressives, Taptics Gaming Room, Bingo, Vegas style games. They're now fully licensed. Jamie, when you head on in there, they've got the Golden Jackpot. And again, that is Cassia's go-to drink that they've, they were trying to, tease something behind the counter, and they've got it there, $2.51.
And I am in the presence of a winner, as I understand it.
Yeah, well, we had our VIP bingo
winner,
night.
big winner.
Yeah, a couple weeks back, and we ended up winning a couple jackpots, $144 and $20 on the one jackpot there.
Well done.
And Rock and Bowl, another amazing sponsor to, Kids and Klomp Live Midtown Bowl. We've got Nat Gamache Berry. They're in the middle of epoxy filling. They're filling the floors of their newly renovated new space. The Epic updates, and again, a few days closed, but they're going to be back and ready to go for Rock and Bowl. $25 a person. You get 2.5 hours. That's about $9.75 per game per person, and a minimum of 2 games. And again, if you have never been to Midtown Bowl, Jamie Roach, you've seen some of these renos. What do you think of this place?
This is incredible. And if you have been, all the more reason to go post renovation. This is not, to be cliche, this is not your dad's bowling alley. This is just incredible top to bottom, the work they've done there. So pleased.
Top notch. And again, thanks to, there was an anonymous donation of a chunk of money that helped, immensely with the renos. And again, Nat Gamache Berry, saw the pics today. They're, you're not only running the Midtown Bowl, but they're doing all the renos. And again, up to their necks in epoxy today. In Cinema 6, talking about the movie tickets that we have a chance to win for you tonight. It's cheap night at the movies, $10 seats, imaginecinemas.com. And again, hashtag Cinema6 with a capital C will get you in to win those tickets before tonight's show is out. And DAP Cleaning Solutions, a big shout out to Ann Drouin, who when we first signed on with Ann, as she signed on with Kids and Klomp Live, they were only into the commercial side, but they're now into the residential. That's how awesome Ann is.
Doing it all. Yep.
They do it all. You'll see lawn signs. When it even baffled us, I said, well, there's lawn signs with DAP. I said, how popular are they? And yes, they're now into the residential as well. Cleaning service, carpet cleaner, janitorial service. Again, 705-465-3500. You can call for your free quote. And in fact, you can call to get your carpet cleaning, strip and wax jobs for your commercial unit today. And a big shout out to Hillbilly Customs, 705-372-8190. Pat and Mona and the team, they run a hobby farm, and you can book your weekend bundle today. All those pictures are all at the new farm. and space. You got pigs looking over fences. You got firewood for the weekend. And in fact, they've got a $30 bundle, which includes a quarter quart of firewood and 1 dozen fresh farm eggs for you for $30. You can't beat that again.
No, you
Hillbilly Customs. You can find them on Facebook. And how about these gentlemen? This is a great reno crew in the city, V&M Renovations, where they have now a mini excavator with operator available for hire in the Timmins and surrounding areas. You can give Max and Justin a phone call, 372-3232 and 705, or email them at vmrenovations@outlook.com. And there you go. Amazing. Without our sponsors, it just doesn't happen. So big thanks to our sponsors here. And there we are, Mr. Roach. We're back. Let me just change the color to white. We're going to get ourselves ready to win some movie tickets. Who do you think is going to win the tickets tonight? Of course, if you're in with Cinema 6, the hashtag. Any guesses? Let me go to we have, you've got about a 1 in 100 chance. There's 100 entries right now. You ready to go?
Not bad odds.
All right. So we're going to draw right now. So look your eyes to the screen. And the winner is, you ready to jump up and down, Jamie? Here we go. Jessica Wing. Congratulations, Jessica. She's a winner, and we're going to get in touch with you. You're going to get in touch with Colin and his crew over at Imagine Cinema 6. And Jessica's going to be off to the movies.
Congrats, Jessica.
What movie you saw? What was the last movie you saw, Mr. Roach?
In the theater?
Yeah.
The first Downton Abbey.
You need to go. Maybe we'll hook up Jamie Roach with a set of tickets. But again, Imagine Cinemas. If you haven't been in a while, Jessica is going to be enjoying the recliners, luxury recliners. Always talk to people who go to the movie going experience here, and they say, you know what, nothing beats the seats here at Imagine Cinema 6. But there you go, Jamie Roach. You filled in night 1 successfully. Without Klomp, I don't think we broke anything. Did you move everything around in his office?
Not yet. I'm gonna do that after. Yeah, that'll probably be on my way out Thursday.
Gonna lick the microphone and all that stuff on your way out there.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna get to do this again on Thursday. We're gonna be chatting with Jessica Trudell. A lot of people know Jessica with Forte Automotive here in the city, but she's also a well-known author, and she wants to discuss what she's currently writing. And we're going to be talking about a book fair and lots of fun with Jessica on Thursday's show. So I didn't scare you. You're going to come back Thursday?
I'm going to come back Thursday.
We're going to do this again?
We are going to do it again.
All right, buddy. Have yourself a good night. Cheers, and thanks for hopping on tonight.
Thanks for having me.
All right, buddy. We'll see you Thursday.